signing in, and Tim Cooper here. And folks, we need to talk about last night. Team USA's World Cup run is over, and I'm not going to sugarcoat this one for you. Belgium came into Seattle and handed the host nation a 4-1 beatdown in the round of 16. Let's break down exactly what happened on that field, and then I'm going to tell you exactly what I think about it. Let's set the scene. Round of 16, home crowd, biggest stage this program has had in years. Belgium comes out and grabs the lead early. Charles de Ketelaere finds the back of the net in the opening minutes. USA answers almost immediately. Malik Tillman drilling a free kick to level things up. And for a solid 20 minutes, that stadium was rocking like it was going to be USA's night. Then it fell apart. Belgium settled in, started controlling the spaces, and USA just stopped creating anything. Here's a stat that should stop you in your tracks. Outside of that early free kick, the USA didn't register a shot on target again until deep into the second half. 20-plus minutes of good energy, followed by almost an hour of nothing. And then there was the goal that broke this whole match open. A USA defensive breakdown in their own box. Goalkeeper Matt Fries trying to play the ball out under pressure instead of just clearing it, and Belgium pounced. That's the kind of mistake that doesn't just cost you a goal, it deflates an entire building. From there, Belgium controlled the rest of the match, and Romelu Lukaku came off the bench late to put the exclamation point on it. Final score, 4-1. Here's what I think, and some of you aren't going to like it. This performance wasn't an unlucky night. It was USA hitting its ceiling in real time on national television in front of a sold-out home crowd. When teams talk about taking the next step, this was the test. A true knockout match on home soil against a team with real quality. And the response was one bright 20-minute stretch, surrounded by an hour of getting outclassed. And I'll give credit where it's due. Malik Tillman was the one guy who looked like he belonged on that field all night. That free kick was world-class, and he was creating even when nobody around him could connect a pass. If there's a building block from this tournament, it's him. But I also think it's fair to point out the guys who didn't show up. Christian Pulisic has carried the face of the program label for years now. And in the moments that actually mattered on this stage, he didn't leave a mark on the match. Weston McKennie looked hesitant on the ball all night, turning down simple options he's made 1,000 times in Europe. When your most experienced players go quiet in the biggest game of the cycle, that's not a coaching problem, that's a big stage problem. And it's the same conversation this program has had for years now. And can we talk about that goalkeeping decision for a second? You're up against Belgium's attack. The ball's in a dangerous spot in your own box. You clear it. You don't try to be cute and play out of pressure. That single decision changed the entire complexion of the match, and it's exactly the kind of composure issue that separates teams that get out of the group stage from teams that actually make deep runs. Now here's the part that really gets me. Right before kickoff, FIFA reversed a suspension on USA forward Folarin Balogun, clearing him to play in this match after a whole saga around it. Everybody wanted to make that the storyline of the night. It wasn't. He got his minutes, he had his moments, and it didn't change the outcome. The story was never really about one player's availability. It was about the other 10 guys on the field not being able to create anything for large stretches of the match. And for context on where this leaves the program, earlier in this same round, Mexico went toe-to-toe with England in what a lot of people are calling one of the best matches of the entire tournament. A game Mexico ultimately lost, but one where they controlled long stretches and made England work for every second of it. Comparing that performance to what USA put on the field, it's a rough contrast. One team went down fighting, the other team went down quiet. So where does this leave us heading forward? Look, reaching the round of 16 as a host nation isn't nothing. That's roughly where realistic expectations had this team penciled in before the tournament even started. So I'm not going to sit here and act like this was some historic collapse relative to expectations, but I am going to say the manner of the exit matters. Getting eliminated after a competitive, hard-fought battle tells you a program is close. Getting eliminated after one bright stretch, followed by nearly an hour of silence, tells you there's still a real gap between USA and the top tier of this sport. My bottom line, the talent on this roster is not the problem. Tillman showed you that tonight. The problem is what happens when the stage gets bigger and the pressure gets heavier. And until this group solves that, home soil or not, sold-out stadium or not, these results are going to keep repeating themselves. That's the breakdown, folks. USA's tournament ends at the round of 16. A rough night in front of a home crowd and a lot of hard questions heading into the next cycle. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Did USA hit their ceiling, or was this just one bad night? Subscribe if you want the next breakdown the second it drops. Drop a like, and I'll see you next time. I'm Tim Cooper, signing out.